Listen to me very carefully, my gorgeous Taurinis, because you are going to have this absolutely mind-blowing, super opportunity at the beginning of this week. Okay, and this opportunity that I'm talking about, it's so important because it's gonna bring an ultimate change into your life. This is gonna be remarkable in so many different ways, because that opportunity, it's also going to allow you to do exactly what you want to do. That opportunity is going to allow you to do things in life with passion, through your passion, and that in itself is going to bring an ultimate achievement, not only when it comes to you achieving something incredible and mind-blowing in your life, but also at the same time when it comes to your spirituality, when it comes to having that balance back that was missing in your life for a while. This in itself is going to be your turning point indeed. So not only you're going to become aware of this mind-blowing opportunity, but at the same time this opportunity is going to make you feel alive again. Trust me. And at the same time, my gorgeous Taurinis, this opportunity, you will know what am I talking about, because now immediately you're going to feel so energetic immediately. And this is also such an important sign when it comes to the actual process of healing starting at that moment in time, because you are focusing on the right thing. This healing that I'm talking about, it's actually going to reflect on you, on your body, on your health. You know, it's going to reflect on your spirituality, and it's also going to reflect on your physicality. You're going to start feeling much more energetic. You're going to start feeling extremely passionate, and now, you know, you are going to be thinking about, you know, some kind of adventure. And this in itself is going to make you absolutely fearless. So this is a fantastic, bombastic, spiritual combination which you are going to have. When you have such a powerful spiritual combination when it comes to the actual energy around you, you become so strong and you become so powerful, because you are in such a sacred, you are within this such a sacred alignment, you know, and you become so strong and powerful that, you know, seriously, like honestly, you could move the mountain. And on top of that, my gorgeous Taurinis, on top of that, there is going to be such a powerful good omen and such a powerful good sign. This is going to be a really unusual sign, but through the power of synchronicity, for the love of God, pay attention to number 333777, because you will also see these numbers at around the time. If you don't see these numbers at around the time before you see this sign that I'm talking about, it doesn't matter. That's actually brilliant. If you don't see 333 and 777, that means that you haven't got anything holding you down, holding you back, but if in your mind. So you need to see what are you thinking negatively about, and you need to release this. But if you do, before you see this good omen and sign, if you do become aware of 333 and 777 numbers somehow through the power of synchronicity, that means that you really need to release some kind of negativity. You need to release a negativity. You're thinking negatively about something and you're standing in your own way. Now again, that's just so important for you to understand. So if you don't see the numbers, that means that you went over that, okay? You are on the other side, baby. Hello. But if you do see this these numbers, that means that you immediately need to reflect on what are you thinking about negatively, and you need to release this, because you're stronger than that. Okay, so it's all about you focusing on it and just changing your mind, changing your opinion about it. Okay, thinking positively, to think positive instead of thinking negative. And then when you become aware of that omen, that good sign, I hope this is not confusing, I'm sorry, but when you become aware of this good omen and good sign, my gorgeous Taurini, you will know, this is going to be such an unusual sign, such an unusual omen. Yet again, you will understand how spiritual you are, how powerful you are. There are going to be elements of you understanding how different you are in a beautiful way. But the most importantly, when you become aware of this omen and this good sign, my gorgeous Taurini, you just basically basically will know, most importantly, that you are on the right path, baby. You will know when you have that sign. It's going to be like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Yes, yeah, of course. I know I'm on the right path. I know I'm doing the right thing. So not only you follow your passion, because your passion is your guiding light, you know, your passion is your guiding light, literally. Not only you are doing the right thing by following your passion, you're healing yourself, but at the same time you are also reading the signs in the actual, you know, in a correct way, because it's going to be absolutely obvious for you what this means, and it's going to be impossible to ignore that sign. The bottom line is the sign, an amazing sign that you're going to have. It's literally going to make you aware of the fact that you're on the right path, and that in itself means that, you know, you are on the right path to change your life for an ultimate change. You're on the right path to transform your life, and you're slowly but surely also, my gorgeous Torini, drifting away from negativity, from sadness, from darkness, from stagnation. You're drifting away from it slowly but surely. You're drifting away from it towards the right direction. I'm so happy for you, because I know how re-energized you're going to feel, and I know that this energy hasn't been in your life in a while. So this is all gonna seem like, oh my God, like a brand new world you're walking in. You deserve this because you've been through so much. Not only you're drifting away from so much sadness, negativity and stagnation that you've been through, but you're about to re-emerge and as something brand new, because you've been through so much. So now you're about to come out on the other side, and you are going to have a lot on your mind, how restricted you were and how negative, you know, you're going to be thinking a lot about the negative aspects of your life within the last year. But there's nothing bad about it, because now you're going to be able to see this from a completely different angle, and you are healing yourself in that process. You're not going to think like, oh my God, vile, horrible, dark, negative. No, baby, no. You're just going to fully understand what happened and why it happened, and why did you go through certain things. But most importantly, you know that you're coming out of this, you know. So now it's all about you kind of remembering how you wanted to do this but you couldn't do it. You had this idea but you didn't do anything about it. Then you had this on your mind but you didn't do anything about it. This is all caused by the certain stagnation in our lives. So it's all about your understanding now. So this is just so important, my gorgeous Taurinis, indeed. Okay, and also when it comes to the beginning of this week, you are going to have a very unusual dream as well. There's so many signs who are going to have this unusual dream when it comes to the beginning of this week. It's a lot to do with the energy, and it's a lot to do with the specific cycle that we are coming in right now. Okay, this is a lot to do with a brand new cycle that we are all coming in, and this brand new cycle that we are all coming in, it's going to push us towards something very specific. So it's about a dream that you are going to have, very strange and unusual dream, which is going to be ridiculously vivid, my gorgeous Taurini. And that particular dream that you are going to have, it's going to remind you of an unfinished business. There is an unfinished business you have, but it's to do with a specific person from your past, from a long time ago. An unfinished business with somebody in your life. This person is a prominent person in your life, but there is some kind of unfinished business that you have to do, and it's to do with a one specific person. As soon as you realize who this is, you are going to feel like you want to reconnect with that particular person. And once you reconnect with that particular person is going to tell you something. It's going to tell you something which is going to be almost unbelievable to believe, but at least it's going to give you a chance, it's going to give you food for thought, like how you can prevent something happening to you that happened to that person. Okay, so there is something really wise that you are going to gain from here as well, which is going to be so beneficial for your life, for your life literally. And also sorry, my gorgeous Taurinis, also when it comes to the beginning of this week, listen to me very carefully, to know that there are going to be also like kind of two paths ahead. There are going to be two paths ahead. This is not related to this. This is not related to what I said. This is related to different things. There are two paths that are going to be ahead. And these paths are a lot to do with you, with your lifestyle, and you kind of like changing certain things about you. So you're going to find yourself, this is to do with your lifestyle, pretty much so. Listen to me very carefully. This is to do with your lifestyle. It's two paths are going to be ahead where you need to understand, and it's strictly important that you have to go for the path which is going to allow you to expand, but also you need to go for the path which is going to educate your mind and senses. You need to go for the path which is going to help you to educate your mind and senses. This is what you need to understand, and I'm telling you, it's to do with your lifestyle. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Taurini, like wow, what a mind-blowing week you're going to have. This is brilliant because it couldn't have happened at a better time, because we are all rejuvenating at this moment, you know. So we are all a kind of more powerful in so many different ways, in terms of us being really intuitive, but also in terms of us having power to heal ourselves on our spiritual journey. What am I trying to say here, my gorgeous Taurini? That at around the midweek there is some kind of like a very annoying and very difficult problem going to come to an end, some kind of conclusion you are going to have. It's not about a problem, a very negative problem coming to an end, something that was really scaring you so much and affecting you in so many different ways. This problem is going to come to an end. It's not about that, but it's more about the actual conclusion and realization that you are going to have. Because after that moment in time, you know, I can see you relaxing, I can see you chilling out. Maybe you're gonna be meditate a little bit, maybe you're gonna sleep a little bit, maybe you're gonna ground yourself. You're just gonna be chilling out. And like when you're in that moment of relaxation, I can see you like maybe being in a bit in between, like a sleeping and being awake type of thing, you know what I mean? Like a slightly like a lucidish, you know. But then again, at the same time, you are this is the time when we enter very specific dimension, and we break through certain things and certain barriers that we can't even get to when we are conscious, you know. This is a lot to do with the subconscious mind, but also breaking the barriers and seeing and understanding things behind that come to us that we feel so adamant about and passionate about, but we can't clearly understand them, you see. But it is part of the sacred guidance, so it is like a kind of like a map for us to kind of follow, you know what I mean? So after that moment in time, when you become aware of this conclusion, this problem, that it's going to come to an end, you know, you're really gonna feel like you will want to kind of have a little party or like a celebrate or something, because you know it's all about you feeling this inspiration. You're even gonna start feeling artistic. You will know how something was actually affecting you. But the bottom line is that not that long after that moment in time, you're gonna be relaxing, you're gonna be chilling out, and something is gonna literally come to you as some kind of idea. It's going to come to you, and this idea that it's going to come to you, it's really kind of going to, you know, make you aware of how much you've actually changed, but it's also going to make you aware of the fact that you are it's going to remind you of something that you've learned. It's going to remind you something that you've learned within the last couple of years, and maybe you overlooked it, and now you're going to be reminded of this. And this in itself is an element that you need to bring into this present moment, something that you've been inspired about so much within the last couple of years, but you need to kind of bring this into this present moment, because within the last couple of years a lot was happening in your life. Like, oh my god, you've been going through certain changes, whether you know this or not, very difficult changes you've been going through, and this affected your mind, and it has affected your way of thinking a little bit. I'm not saying that you were going around like, oh my god, you know what I mean, but I'm just saying that sometimes it would take your concentration away from things that you should be kind of facing and going towards, you know. So it was affecting you, of course. So you're going to be reminded something that you came across within the last couple of years that inspired you so much. You can tell me like, oh yeah, whatever, yeah, the last couple of years. You know what, let me tell you something. When something inspires us and it's pretty much so very strongly connected to our life purpose, it doesn't matter. It could happen 20 years ago, 10 years ago. You're still going to be reminded of this specific moment, because it's to do with a very special moment that you had at that time in your life. You came across something that really inspire you at a time when you were kind of finding out some kind of information, or when you were educating yourself about something, don't worry, it's all going to be connected to a very special moment that you had, and you're going to be reminded of what you've learned, what you became aware of, and what inspired you so much. And now that it's going to be such an important moment, like, oh my God, this is going to be such an important moment in yourself. And then at the same time, you know, this is going to help you to trust yourself so much. I'm not saying that you don't trust yourself, but it's important to trust yourself at this stage of your life, because this is all about release from bondage, my gorgeous Torini. This is all about the beginning of understanding, you know, of so many like kind of deeper things about life. You'll go all deep, and then you're gonna all go all mysterious, and there are going to be so many mysterious subjects on your mind. You will want to explore things that are strange and unusual. You will want to read about weird things, and there is so much weirdness that now suddenly you're going to become aware of. So much weirdness that you're going to hear, so much weirdness that you will want to dive in and find out. There is some kind of really mind-blowing great picture gonna come to you about the whole kind of like the whole world and beyond. There is so much that is gonna come to you. There is so much that is gonna become obvious here, like there is no tomorrow, because you are reaching towards enlightenment. And that means, my gorgeous Torini, that you will also know exactly which change and alteration do you need to make. And the answer to that is a great skill of yours. That's the answer. When it comes to the change and alteration which you need to make, the answer to that is the great skill of yours. And also when it comes to the midweek, you know, you just remember to act with love and light. Act with care. As someone is going to maybe be winding you up. Someone is going to irritate you. Someone is going to like really irritate you, and someone is going to be winding you up, and you're not going to like this whatsoever. And do not bite back. Do not go low. Rise above this. This is so important. Please, it's the part of your spiritual journey. If you get this wrong, you're only going to slow yourself down, because you're going to create a butterfly effect. When you create a butterfly effect with something, you know, that means that this is going to affect so many other aspects of your life. Sadly, this is the part of the progress process, and you need to understand from the correct point of view. If you fight back, and if you argue back, and if you have a disagreement, no baby, no. Please, just like listen to me very carefully. You need to act with love and light, act with care, because this in itself is going to help you to see the beauty in life. This is going to help you to see the beauty in life. No matter how much this doesn't make sense to you, it will make sense to you by the end of this week, and you will become aware of the fact what I was actually trying to say here. Very important indeed, because you're going to be dealing with somebody who is going through something so difficult, so dark and so negative, and they may take things out on you, but that doesn't mean that you have to respond back in the same way that they kind of like acted with you. Because when you find out what they're going through, you're gonna be like, oh my God, I would be like much worse type of thing. So please, you see, this is why this is so important to act with care indeed. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Torini, it's like a basically, you know what, you are gonna feel so kind of, oh my God, because you will want to speak to somebody here, you will want to talk to somebody, psychiatrist. No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. Joke. You will, at the end of this week, you know, you're gonna feel so, that was a joke, by the way, you know, I joke sometimes as well, okay? Yeah, okay, so at the end of this week, you are going to feel like you want to talk to somebody like so badly. You're going to feel so adamant to talk to somebody, but for some reason there is a problem in between you and that person who you want to talk to. So you're going to feel very nervous. You're going to feel very, oh my God, you know, but maybe something happened in between you and that person, maybe a little argument or whatever, but you still need to kind of find out a certain information from that person. This is not a vile person. This is not a horrible person, this is not an evil person, but it's maybe somebody who you have fallen out with or you had a disagreement with, but this person doesn't hate you and you don't hate that person as well. It's just the things in between you two are a little bit whiffy, and that in itself, it's not good, because it just happened, like something happened really stupid in between you two, and the things were kind of left unresolved. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, so at the end of this week, you will feel a very strong need to speak to that particular person. And you're going to find this really difficult. And you're going to be thinking of the ways of how you can speak to that person. And you know what? Something really wonderful is going to happen. And you are going to be pleasantly surprised, because you are going to make the necessary step first. And then you're going to be pleasantly surprised. That person is going to step through and forward and give you an absolutely invaluable information, and you will want to speak to that person beforehand, because you will want to ask them for an advice. This is someone really, really passionate, someone really kind of spiritual, and someone extremely successful as well. And you will know that that particular person knows the answer to your question, knows the answer to question indeed. Not only that, but this person is going to bring an ultimate guidance into your life. So not only that person is going to respond, but that person is going to tell you, like, what exactly do you need to do, how do you need to do, what do you want to do, because you're going to feel stuck with some kind of a process that you're working on, and this in itself is going to be so big for you. But that person, what that person is going to tell you, it's going to bring a remarkable accomplishment into your life, because this is someone who is super experienced with things that you're working on, the things that you're trying to do and trying to achieve. And on top of that, that person is going to give you an absolutely mind-blowing advice. But the bottom line is that that person, who am I talking about, it's actually going to tell you exactly how to manifest something. This is immediately going to make you feel so determined. It's immediately going to bring you so much confidence. It's immediately going to reflect on your self-esteem, because you will know that you're doing the right thing, because that person said so. But you're going to feel this in your soul. You're going to feel this in your spirit. And this is brilliant, because at the same time, you know, this is going to bring so much of a mental clarity into your life, so much courage, so much confidence. But at the same time, this is going to also bring focus, you know, zest for life, my gorgeous Torini, determination, joy, and it's all going to lead towards your own mind-blowing independence. And also, when it comes to the end of this week, my gorgeous Torinis, you need to remember to voice your concerns, you know, voice your concerns, my gorgeous Taurinis. This is so important. By voicing your concerns, you are going to, on one hand, set your heart free, because you are going through spiritual evolution. And number two, by voicing your concerns, you're also going to awake your spirit to the point where you are going to have this mind-blowing desire to change. And that in itself, it's also couldn't have happened at a better time, because in itself it's gonna give you that energy that was missing, but also it's gonna make you feel so much more passionate at a time when you can do with a little bit of grounding, recentering, and an extra focus. Okay, my gorgeous Torini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.